Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick.
Elder Titan.
Dire team pick.
Brewmaster.
Dire team pick.
Puck!
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Skywrath Mage.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dota Pit League Season 2 group stages. It's Virtus Pro Polar versus Hellraisers in this Group B matchup. Of course, Virtus Pro Polar sitting at 3-3. Hellraisers, well, I think they're at 1-3. I might be incorrect about that one here. And a two-game series. We're well underway into the draft right now, obviously. We just got done with our first series of the day. It was quite good. Really enjoyed that one. Of course, it is going to be Virtus Pro Polar versus Hellraisers. Virtus Pro Polar, like I said, 3-3. Hellraisers 1-3. Thank you so much for joining us here on twitch.tv/DotaPit. My name is Mott. With me today is F4L. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. And this match should be kind of interesting. Hellraisers definitely improving their roster after acquiring pretty much everyone on Compass Gaming. There's basically Compass Gaming plus Dread.
10 seconds
and
remaining.
I still would say that VPP are probably significant favorites
5
coming into
seconds
this
remaining.
one.
I'd agree with you. VPP they've played really well over the past couple of tournaments. Summit, they made a really big run, but I think at Dota Pit 3-3, you expect them to be a bit better. But however, they're doing okay. I mean, 3-3 is not bad. They're sitting close to the top. And with the draft they have right now, another Lich pickup coming out, this time from Virtus Pro Polar. They also have the Brewmaster and the Puck, whereas the other side, Hellraisers have Centaurs, Elder Titan, and Scarith Mage. And this might be a support Elder Titan now with a Centaur pickup. Yeah,
most likely going to be that support Elder Titan. And a lot of teams have actually been experimenting with this. Team Secret pretty much pioneered the Elder Titan support and just showing how strong it is. And then everyone's sort of following suit, trying to pick up this hero because it's just so strong as a support.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, and typically, what do you see when you see an Elder Titan support? Like, what are the abilities that are chosen? What do you build as far as itemization?
So it's usually... So at level 3, you want to have 2 points in your Spirit and 1 point in your Stomp. And then I believe at level 4, usually you get a point in Aura. And then from there... So obviously you want to max out your new Crest, and then... Depending on how the game goes, sometimes some people get 2 points in their Stomp, but usually you leave Stomp at about 1 to 2, and then you max out your Aura and Spirit. And then you get your ults, I believe it's 6 generally. And as far as itemization, it's usually Tranquil Boots, Soul Ring into a Eul's Scepter, so that you can get that Eul's combo with your Spirit and the Stomp, which is extremely effective.
It seems very easy to hit. That's one thing I keep thinking about is, like, you see so many Euls into certain spells, it's actually ridiculous. That's why Jakira's so good now, is he's able to Euls into his Ice Path or whatever abilities he's using. Euls for Puck is even good, and so...
Honestly, like, hitting a stun on that hero isn't even that difficult, like, in general, with the Tranquil speed that you get, and because... I mean, in a chaotic fight, you're not always looking at where the Spirit is, and then the AoE is actually quite a bit larger than the Spirit, which is sometimes a bit, like, I would say kind of misleading, because when you're playing against this hero, usually when you see him stomping like the Spirit, you usually consider the AoE to be much smaller than it actually is, just because you would think it was just around the Spirit, but it's actually a pretty decent sized AoE. So dodging the stuns can be a bit tricky, but I think honestly the main reason why this hero is so good is because he scales insanely well into the late game with the Aura. I mean, probably one of the best late game abilities, reducing all of that base armor and giving the base resistance reduction. And he's so good at delaying games with the Spirit. I mean, he can just constantly spam out these waves, make it a nightmare to push against, and really control the enemy team's ability to push against you.
Yeah, and right now I think both the drafts are showing that they can really take this and team fight. And I think with Hellraisers picking up the Death Prophet, it kind of shows that they're not willing to back down from Virtus Pro Polar. Virtus Pro Polar, now it's important to note, they have Max standing in, Go Black, of course, leaving to go to Navi, and Abrain, of course, helping them out as well.
5 seconds.
That's FNG.
Is it really Abrain?
Yep.
Okay, so they swap places. Go Black goes to Navi, Virtus Pro Polar, grab FNG. Might be a bit more stable. Although they played really well when they had Go Black. It's kind of unfortunate that the team got blown up already, you know?
Yeah. Although they've been playing really well with FNG. So we see the Lich pickup from Virtus Pro Polar. most likely to counter the Elder Titan. The additional armor
Dire
coming out from
team
the
pick.
ice armor, very effective against Elder Titan, as it does not, as the aura does not remove the bonus armor. And Hellraisers pick up the Death Prophet. Very good synergy with the natural order coming out from Elder Titan. I mean, the Exorcism is just going to do massive amounts of
Radiant
damage. And the
team
last pick, Lycan.
Wow. They went to big loss for that Lycan pickup. They went to Walmart and they got it. The 5th pick
The
Lycan.
value.
It's so good. It's so efficient at that pick. It's just amazing that they can get this, and it's kind of scary to think about. More than likely going to be in the safe lane. We'll probably see Brew in the mid lane against the Death Prophet. I mean, it's a rough matchup if it's like in there. I
10
feel like
seconds
Brewmaster doesn't have that
remaining.
great of a time either, but it's a bit better, I feel like. So now you have to wonder
5
what
seconds
they pick last for
remaining.
Hellraisers. It's going to have to be their safe lane hero, and they go for the Gyrocopter. We just saw the previous game. We know how long you get in games if it gets off to even an okay start, honestly. It doesn't have to be that great. I mean, you get a Rapier and all of a sudden things could change drastically, but...
Yeah, but I don't know. I really feel like when you pick this Gyrocopter hero, you really need to have additional AoE teamfight. And they have the Death Prophet, so maybe they can use the cooldown as sort of a buffering spell to not allow them to walk through towards the Death Prophet, but Gyrocopter could end up struggling against the Blink on Brewmaster. The Lycan, I mean, Lycan is actually quite good against